This is the second of two videos covering worksheets. In the previous video, we went over creating a new worksheet from scratch. Now we will look at using worksheet templates and applying multiple worksheets to the project. When you go into the worksheets page at the left navigation bar, you'll see that we have the existing loan agreements worksheet that we created in the last video. And if we want to create a new one, simply select Create Worksheet above. And then we'll have the two options, the first being Create My Own Worksheet, which we covered in the last video, and below Create Worksheet using a template. If your organization has created its own worksheet templates and published them, then you'll see them listed in the middle here. And at the very bottom, you'll always have access to the Kira built-in templates. So let's begin by selecting the M&A Diligence template by clicking on the hyperlink. And here you'll see a list of smart fields. This is just a suggestion of some of the fields you may want to use for an M&A diligence exercise. You can deselect any that you wish, or you can choose to just use all of them as a starting point. When you're finished deciding, select Create at the bottom right, confirm, and now you'll see we have the M&A Diligence worksheet with all of the smart fields that we had selected. This will operate similar to the loan agreements worksheet that we had already created, where you can remove any by selecting and clicking remove, or you can add new smart fields from the new smart field button. You could still also edit the name if you'd like. So now that we have the two worksheets, when you look at the epsilon symbol at the right of the M&A Diligence worksheet, you still have options to edit the name. You can duplicate it, you can delete it, or you can set it as default. If we were to set it as a default and confirm, it becomes our default worksheet, meaning that any new documents that are uploaded into this project now will have the M&A Diligence worksheet applied to them. So if we go back to the document list and we go into one of the folders, we'll see that it still has the loan agreements worksheet applied. You'll always know which worksheet is applied by looking in the worksheets column and seeing the tag there. The reason why it's still loan agreements, despite having M&A Diligence as our new default worksheet, is because the loan agreements worksheet was the default when we uploaded these documents. If we want to change this for a few documents, we simply select which documents we want to change, and then go up to the worksheets button at the top, and then we could deselect loan agreements and select M&A Diligence, and then apply. Once you do, you'll see that the worksheet is now changed to M&A Diligence for those three documents. If you want to bulk change it, then you could just select all and do the same. Also, if you go back to your folder tree, if you want to change all the documents in any given folder, select the folder name and then select Worksheets, and then you could deselect loan agreements and then select M&A Diligence and apply. We could do that for any of the folders where we feel that the documents require the M&A Diligence worksheet rather than the loan agreements worksheet. You can also add multiple worksheets to any particular documents. So let's say for all the credit agreements, we wanted to apply both worksheets to them. Then when we select the credit agreements folder, we could select the worksheets. And then rather than deselecting loan agreements, we just select both and then you apply. And so when we go into the credit agreements folder, in the worksheets tab, we'll now see that there are both worksheets applied. How will this look in the document viewer? Well, when we click into one of the documents, you'll see that on the worksheet side, you can only apply one worksheet at any given time. And so right now we will see the M&A Diligence worksheet as signified in the dropdown on the top, and it'll show all the smart fields included in that worksheet. If we want to switch and see what was in the loan agreements worksheet, then we could just simply select from the drop-down loan agreements, and then it'll show all the loan agreements tabs. Make sure that anytime you apply a new worksheet to a document that you give Kira about 5 to 10 minutes to process a new worksheet in order to identify the text for you. And this rounds out the second of the two videos regarding worksheets. In the next video, we will go through some of the features of the document list.